Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to break down one of the most legendary poker hands in history, a hand that perfectly shows the difference between simply playing your cards and truly understanding poker as a game of people, ranges, and pressure. This is Tom Dwan, known to the poker world as Durr, sitting in the big blind, facing off against Phil Ivey, widely regarded as one of the greatest poker minds of all time. We'll go through this hand street by street. We'll talk about the cards, the board, the math, and most importantly, the thought process behind every single move. Let's jump into it. Phil Ivey is on the button. He looks down at Ace of Diamonds and King of Diamonds. This is a premium holding, one of the strongest possible starting hands. It's suited, it's big, and it dominates most of the hands his opponent could have. So Ivey does what every top player would do. He raises, applying pressure and taking advantage of position. Now let's look at Tom Dwan in the big blind. He holds 7 of spades and 6 of spades. At first glance, this looks like a weak hand. Most players fold here without hesitation, but there are 2 reasons why Dwan decides to continue. First, suited connectors like 7-6 of spades can make disguised straights and flushes that are very hard for opponents to put you on. Second, this is Tom Dwan. His style is fearless and aggressive. He doesn't just play his cards, he plays the situation. With deep stacks in play, the implied odds are strong. Dwan calls, and we go to the flop. The flop comes 4 of spades, 5 of spades, queen of hearts. Let's break this down. Phil Ivey, holding ace of diamonds and king of diamonds, completely misses this flop. No pair, no draw, just 2 overcards. He still has the best high cards, but in poker, high cards alone don't mean much when you can't connect with the board. Now look at Tom Dwan. With 7 of spades and 6 of spades, this flop is a dream. He picks up what we call a combo draw, an open-ended straight draw plus a flush draw. Any 3, any 8, or any spade could give him a very strong hand. That's 15 outs. Against Ivey's ace-king, Dwan is actually the mathematical favorite here. His equity is over 60%, while Ivey's drops to around 25%. So what does Dwan do? He bets. This is not just a random stab. This is a classic semi-bluff. A semi-bluff works in 2 ways. If the opponent folds, you win immediately. If the opponent calls, you still have a very high chance to improve to the best hand. This is where beginners and professionals separate. A beginner might check and hope to hit. A professional applies pressure, using fold equity and pot equity together. Dwan fires a bet, and the pressure is on Ivey. The turn card is the 3 of clubs. This is a huge development. For Phil Ivey, with ace of diamonds and king of diamonds, nothing changes. He still has ace high. No pair, no straight, no flush. And from his perspective, this card makes the board even scarier, because now straights are clearly possible, hands like 6-7, ace-2, or even 2-3. For Tom Dwan, this card is perfect. With 7 of spades and 6 of spades, he now has a made straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The absolute nuts at this point. But here's the beauty of the situation. Even if Dwan hadn't hit his straight, this turn card still makes his story very believable. From Ivey's point of view, Dwan's line represents a strong hand. And now, Dwan actually has it. Dwan continues the aggression. He bets again, keeping maximum pressure on Ivey. This is where the mental game of poker becomes obvious. Ivey has to think, what range of hands would Dwan play this way? And how many of those hands can I actually beat with just ace high? The reality is, not many. Ivey knows he's in a tough spot. The river is the 2 of hearts. Another bad card for Ivey, because now not only are straights still there, but flushes are possible as well. Phil Ivey sits with ace of diamonds and king of diamonds. Still nothing but high card. And when you face an aggressive opponent on this type of board, ace high simply isn't enough. Dwan bets again, completing the story he has told from the flop all the way to the river. And for Ivey, the decision becomes simple. He folds. And Tom Dwan, with 7 of spades and 6 of spades, wins a massive pot. So what lessons can we learn from this legendary hand? Lesson 1. Range versus board. Ivey started with one of the strongest hands in poker, but the board completely favored Dwan's range. This shows why hand strength before the flop doesn't always matter once the community cards come down. Lesson 2. Fold equity plus pot equity. Dwan didn't rely only on making a hand. He knew he could win by forcing folds, and even if he got called, he had a huge chance to improve. This combination is deadly in high-level poker. Lesson 3. The power of storytelling. Poker isn't just about math. It's about building a narrative that your opponent believes. From the flop to the river, Dwan told a consistent story. And even a genius like Phil Ivey had no choice but to respect it. Always pay attention to the entire story, not just the 2 cards in your hand. This hand shows why Tom Dwan became a legend of the game, and why Phil Ivey, even with a fold, remains one of the greatest ever. Because sometimes folding is the most professional decision you can make. Now let me ask you, if you were Phil Ivey, sitting there with ace of diamonds and king of diamonds, would you have called or folded? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and we'll break them down in a future video.